Hello, Radiant Souls. My name is Bertina, and you found your way to Bertina's Spiritual Sanctuary. This is a place for women navigating the mystical, the messy, and meaningful moments of life. In this episode, we're leaning into something that we often avoid, the feeling of being stuck. This isn't just about lacking motivation, it's about feeling disconnected from joy or even your purpose. Knowing that there's something more, but not knowing how to get there. Feeling exhausted after resting, and then wondering, is this just how life is now? Today, we're going to gently unravel this together. We're going to look at insight into why you feel stuck emotionally, spiritually, energetically, and physically. We're going to try to understand the deep fatigue that so many are silently carrying. So many that are carrying, especially since the last 4 or 5 years since the pandemic. And then we're going to look at tools, practices, rituals, books, and journal prompts to help guide you on your next steps. So, what I would like for you to do, whether you're listening in your car, soaking in the tub, walking in the woods, or just curled under a blanket, I invite you to make this episode a personal ritual. Bring your tea, your journal, and your open heart. So, welcome as we look at when everything feels stuck and begin a sacred journey back to flow, a deep dive with me today. We often say that I feel stuck, and it's important to clarify what that means. For some of us, it can be just a lack of inspiration. You just don't are not inspired right now. There isn't anything that is exciting you. It could be indecision or even procrastination. And many people feel guilty about procrastination, but when you don't have inspiration or you're stuck, you don't know where to go. Sometimes your creative blocks are there. Sometimes you feel emotionally numb. And then overall, you don't know what you want anymore. But these are just underlying reasons of what we say when we feel stuck. But what are some of the deeper layers behind this feeling? The first one that I found to be true for so many people is nervous system dysregulation. Your body may be locked in the freeze response. That's a survival mechanism. Freeze response causes chronic stress or unresolved trauma that keeps your nervous system in high alert or sometimes in total shutdown. Do you ever have brain fog, digestive issues? You can't focus, you can't sleep, or you feel checked out or just kind of numb? One of the things that you can do to help release some of this dysregulation is to simply breathe. Breathe in and breathe out for just a few moments. Let's try that right now. Breathe in through your nose and exhale. Breathe in, breathe out. Begin to place your hand on your chest and say, I am safe, I am supported, and it's okay for me to soften. Breathe in, breathe out. I'm safe, I'm supported, and it's okay to soften. You may want to stop this now for just a few moments and just sit. You don't have to force yourself to become inspired. You don't have to make yourself feel. This freeze response has you frozen, it has you stuck. And this isn't something that you can do just right now and it be totally fixed. This is something that maybe each time you start feeling checked out or numb, you just stop. I'm safe, I'm supported, and it's okay for me to soften. Another reason that we feel stuck a lot of times is what I want to call energetic congestion. It's just energetic blocks. And these are usually in the lower chakras because that's where the divine feminine resides. This can manifest as fatigue, anxiety, or spiritual disconnection. In our root chakra, the bottom chakra, the Muladhara, we have fear, scarcity, or disconnection from our body when it's out of sync, when it's congested. The sacral chakra, which the Svastikana, is suppressed emotions. This is where our lack of creativity begins. Right here is part of why we are blocked creatively. And then our solar plexus and manipura is when we feel powerless, procrastination happens. So how can we fix that? So I'm going to show you or guide you through something really quickly, but I want you to take this exercise and use it. You can use it now after I go through it and pause, or just continue to use it throughout your day. I like to do this when I first wake up, and it helps me visualize all of my chakras, but it also helps me visualize all the wonderful things that I'm going to get done through the day. Now, this is not I am going to rush and be alpha and make sure everything's perfect. This is I'm going to enjoy my day. I am going to be unblocked, and I'm going to be creative, not stuck. So let's lie on the ground, take in a deep breath. You may put your hands on your chakras, your root, sacral, or solar plexus. You may even put your hands on your heart just to give yourself some love. So lie on the ground and visualize each of your energy centers, each of your chakras glowing brighter with each breath. So let's breathe in and envision your root chakra becoming a beautiful red. It is spinning clockwise. It just becomes redder and redder, brighter and brighter. You begin to release fear. You begin to connect with your body. Bring your attention up to your sacral chakra. That's just below your belly button. And you're just going to release emotions. As you breathe in, just breathe in. And as you exhale, say, I release emotions. I'm a creative being. And just envision the beautiful orange chakra going clockwise. And then bringing your attention up to your solar plexus. This beautiful yellow, this beautiful sunshine releases any powerlessness that you feel, any procrastination, and you begin to become inspired. You begin to feel in control of yourself. Continue noticing the root, the sacral, and the solar plexus spinning wonderfully now and throughout your day. Again, if you would like to stop and practice this, just hit pause. There's no rush. And speaking of no rush, a lot of times emotional suppression occurs. We are often taught to move on before we're ready. Grief, anger, and even joy becomes trapped if it's unexpressed. We avoid difficult conversations. We hold back tears. We minimize our own pain. I want you to ask yourself, what feeling have I not made space for? Take a moment to write it down. Name it. Let it be seen. What feeling have you not made space for? That feeling stays stuck in you. And that emotional suppression does not allow you to feel joy. It does not allow you to move forward. It makes you feel stuck. Think about the feeling that you haven't made space for. And as you look at it, take a moment to feel it. if it's appropriate and if you feel safe. Laugh, cry, scream, release it. Now, sometimes we do what's called spiritual cocooning. In nature, a caterpillar must dissolve before it becomes a butterfly. The same applies to your spiritual growth. You may be in a death rebirth portal, which is a sacred pause before transformation. Some of these signs of this death rebirth portal is feeling detached from past passions, not really having the passion about things that you did before. You begin to doubt or have uncertainty about your direction or even who you are. And you may have a deep desire to retreat or to isolate. Now, this is the thing is that this is time as a spiritual initiation. You're not stuck when you're experiencing spiritual cocooning. You're becoming who you are. This death rebirth portal is a sacred pause before your transformation. So honor it as such and realize that you are becoming. If you're really into astrology and collective influences, look at the lunar cycles, Mercury retrogrades, eclipses, and major transits. A lot of times these cause emotional volatile experiences. This can cause disruptions in your plans or technology, or it can have you revisiting unresolved life issues. One of the things that I recommend for someone who really is connected with the lunar cycles is to track the moon and your moods. Align your rituals and rest with your lunar calendar. Those are available online. You can buy them on Amazon. You can just look up websites and they're just ready for you. Another thing to do is to look at our societal programming. We live in a world that worships productivity, and it shames when you rest. This is so much how I have been my whole entire life until the last few years. I've internalized the belief that I'm not valuable. I'm only valuable when I'm achieving, when I'm working, when I'm getting things done. And I resisted like slowing down in the wintertime. I resisted when my body was tired to rest until I got to the point of exhaustion and would pass out. Now, just remember, just one of the things that I try to remember is to look at it as stillness is sacred. Not doing is the divine assignment. It is part of what we are supposed to do so we can listen to the divine, so that we can rest, we can relax, we can honor our body and honor all around us. Why are we so tired? We are so tired. Fatigue's one of the most common complaints today, and it's not just physical. I know I have to watch myself because every day I'm just like, I'm so tired. Someone asks how I'm doing. I'm so tired. And I feel like I am exhausted. Sometimes spiritual awakenings will cause spiritual exhaustion, consciously or unconsciously. This happens a lot of times when you're releasing limiting beliefs. You're realigning your truth, connecting with higher frequencies, and it's not glamorous, it is exhausting. Some of the symptoms are emotional up and downs, having vivid dreams, loss of interest in superficial things, and heightened sensitivity to sound, people, and energy. I used to love music. I used to love clubs. I used to love being around people. Now I'm extremely sensitive to all kinds of sounds. I love being in quiet places. I don't really have an interest in superficial things. And so what I have to do is Just rest. Stop. Just allow myself to take a nap. Begin to control my dreams. And then find something that I enjoy. I enjoy doing this. Many people say that it's work, but to me, it is my calling. It is what I am looking forward to doing. This is what I look forward to do all the time. Sometimes the spiritual exhaustion leads to mental overload. So much about the news and social media and having to make decisions and overcommitting is really rough. Take a day, just one day a week, unplug from tech, unplug from work, and just be. It may be chilling on the couch, it may be meditating, it may be just doing some yoga, walking outside, laying on your partner's lap on the couch. That's probably one of my most favorite things. But rest. I know so many of you all also are having caregiver burnouts. You're supporting aging parents, you have children, you have clients, you have students, you have community responsibilities, and you're not getting enough rest. It is okay to do these things, but just make sure that you ask yourself every day, what can I give back to myself today? Is it a bubble bath? Is it reading a book? Is it saying no to certain responsibilities? This, on top of hormonal and biological shifts, are really hard, especially for women over 35. Fatigue can be tied to perimenopause or even menopause, thyroid imbalances, adrenal depletion, and poor sleep. Some of the things that you can do is support your body with rest. I sleep so much better. This is not doctor's advice. This is just something that I do. I have magnesium oil that I spray on the bottom of my feet. I have neuropathy. Before I found this magnesium oil, I would cry. I couldn't sleep because my feet hurt so bad. I couldn't sleep at all. I was up every hour or two, hot sweats, all of that. And now I just spray so much magnesium on my feet and I'm asleep in 5 minutes. Find things that work for you. Work out in the evening and sleep. Some people that makes them more hyper, some people that helps them rest. Think about herbal teas or even some herbal supplements. But we're all feeling the weight of global unrest, climate anxiety, economic instability, and even a spiritual disconnection. This collective grief adds to our personal fatigue. I had one friend tell me, go out and hug a tree. The tree can hold what your nervous system cannot. I love doing my somatic yoga. Yoga was what I did over COVID that made me so happy. I started yoga teacher training in 2019, finished it up that summer, and when COVID hit, I started teaching yoga online on Zoom. Then I got a regular 9 to 5 job. I was really tired and gave it up. And I'm back to doing it again. And I have to say, I feel the best that I have felt in years. So think about this. You don't have to overhaul your life overnight. Just small acts of sacred self-return lead to powerful change. Practice some somatic body-based practices. Shake it out. Shake your body for like 3 minutes while breathing deeply. This is how animals discharge trauma. If you notice any type of animal has been attacked, you can watch a domestic cat or dog, or you can even watch like the videos of animals in the wild. After they've gotten through a fight, they will shake. And this trauma is released. We are taught in our society, suck it up, hold still, don't show it. And if we actually would shake or do some somatic movements, this would help release trauma. One of the things I teach on Tuesday evenings on Zoom is somatic yoga, and it really does help. It is a type of yoga where you can sit on the floor, you can sit in a chair, you can sit on the couch, you can sit on the bed, you can do it, and we do different movements, and it really does help. I absolutely love restorative yoga using bolsters and pillows and just looking at all the different postures that I have. This helps reset my nervous system. Seated hip circles loosens your pelvis. That's your creative center. It helps really activate your root and your sacral chakra. Doing an energy reset, doing Reiki self healing each day. Get up after in the morning, reset yourself. Come home from work, reset yourself. Just place your hands on each of your chakras and breathe slowly. Visualize clearing energy blocks. Comb through your aura, run your hands through your aura, sweeping away any static energy or anything that you don't want connected to you. Do messy journal pages, no grammar, no structural, just feelings. Just da 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 da. Just let it all out. Drawing, writing, chanting, singing, just move the energy through your voice. Now, here's a ritual that you can kind of do. It's called the unstick yourself ceremony. So sometimes I know rituals help us really feel like we are committing to something. So create a sacred space, like maybe candle, soft music, your favorite pillow, your favorite blanket. Grab your journal and write down what feels stuck. Fold the paper, anoint it with essential oils, probably lavender, rosemary, or lemon are the best. Burn it in that candle. Be careful. Bury it outside if you wish. And just say, I release stagnation. I release energy and I'm open to flow. Now, if you all are readers, as I am, here's a couple of books that I want to suggest to you. The Mountain is You by Brianna West. That talks about self-sabotage. It's a book on shadow work and a book on personal transformation. Women Who Run with Wolves by Clarissa Pinkola Estes. This is about feminine archetypes, myth, and reclaiming wildness. This is really good for me, younger mothers, maidens. It's very high energetic, so if you're in that type of archetype level at that time, it's really good. Rest is Resistance by Tricia Hersey. She's over the Nat Ministry. I love this. It's Rest is Revolution. It's reclaiming your body from hustle culture, just resting. Burnout by Emily and Amelia Nagoski. And it's how women can complete the stress cycle and find true rest or burn out. And the last one's The Energy Codes by Dr. Sue Morter. It's quantum practices that help unlock your healing, help with soul alignment. It's a really good book that if you are trying to find who you were, is really good. So if you haven't already, get out your journal because I'm going to give you 5 journal prompts to kind of help you with inner clarity. You can use these as mirrors for your inner world. Don't rush. Sit with each one as a meditation. So, you can play this over, you can stop it, you can journal, you can start back. So I'm just going to read through these and you could do however you wish. So, number 1, where am I feeling most stuck and what is it teaching me? 2, what emotions have I been avoiding? 3, if I could change one thing today, what would it be? 4, what does my soul want me to know right now? And 5, what outdated version of me am I still clinging to? Now, as I said, you can stop these throughout each one of them. Think about it. Really look at your inner soul. Maybe use one as a meditation each morning and just try to find what direction you're going in. I'm going to also leave you with a couple of sacred ritual suggestions for today. These are just tiny rituals that I feel like leads to big changes. A 2-minute ritual as you want to inhale and exhale affirmations. Inhale, I trust myself, and exhale, I release resistance. A lot of times we also don't drink a lot of water. Maybe use drinking water as a ritual and whisper blessings into your water before drinking. What kind of things would you want to bless yourself with? You may want to give an offering to nature, like leave a flower or crystal or a note under a tree with your prayers of what is it you wish or how is it that you wish to be unstuck. Many people like to write letters, so write a letter to your future self, describing how you feel when you've moved through this. But the one thing to do is shift the energy in your home. Rearrange a shelf, clear a drawer, clean out anything that's stuck. Because moving things in your home helps move energy. I know my hubby gets mad and says, "You're moving stuff all the time." Yes. When I am trying to find inspiration or I feel stuck, I move things all the time. So remember, stuckness is not your enemy. It's a signpost, it's a message, it's a cocoon, a teacher. And sometimes life isn't asking you to leave, it's asking you to listen. Now, if this message resonated with you, join me at my website. It's Bertina, BERTENA.org. It's a free spiritual community where I post this podcast, I post meditations, blogs, and things like that. You can connect with me for Reiki readings or intuitive coaching at yourcosmicconnections.com. You can attend one of my Zoom classes or events that's listed on either of the sites, bertina.org or yourcosmicconnections.com. And help me out by sharing this episode with someone who feels like they're in the dark. But until next time, may your stillness be sacred. May your soul bloom in divine timing.